Hey Buns, so patch 5.2 is out and I have been having an amazing week so far because of it. I haven't had a chance to get to every new thing that's been added yet, but I've gotten to most of the major stuff. So in this video, I want to give my reactions, my thoughts, and give a casual review of what I think of 5.2. I'm going to talk about main stereo quests at the end so that if you're not up to date with the story, you can just skip that part. So first of all, I want to talk about Eden's Verse, the Eden's Verse raid. The fight itself seems really fun. It seems to be about on the same difficulty level as E1S, so it doesn't seem that difficult, actually. And I think that's good. There might be new players who just got level 80 and they're excited to get into raiding. They maybe have never raided before. It's good to just have that first fight a little bit more accessible, so that way people can build up their confidence a little bit, because I know going into a raid for the first time can be scary. I don't think it's too easy. I think that it's at an okay level. I think it's a comfortable level for the first fight of a tier, but I'm actually really excited to see what the other fights are like in Savage, because I've cleared them in normal mode, and the one with the portal mechanic. Oh, that's so cool. So they added like new mechanics that I could have never dreamed that would be in an MMO raid. They have a mechanic in one of the fights that's like a portal where a beam will shoot into the red portal and come out of the blue portal, and you have to like predict where it's going to come out of. It's so neat. So I tip my hat to the design team. Oh, another mechanic in E7 was like you get a little teleportation circle attached to you and you have to aim it to where you want to end up. Oh, that was so neat. I can't wait to do that fight in Savage. The Ifrit Garuda fight seemed pretty simple in normal mode. I mean, it is normal mode, but it seems like not that complicated. We'll see. As for the Shiva fight, wow. That was in normal mode. I have to say that was one of the most incredible like raid / story experiences that I've had in an MMO. It was so anime. It was so violently anime, and I loved it so much. It's so good. It's so good. The music, the way that the music changes throughout the course of the fight, and then Gaia comes in with her big hammer, and it's like that moment. That moment when the edgy character is there to save the soft character. I love it. It's cliche and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Also, I saw somebody post on Reddit that in the Shiva fight, Shiva transforms into what looks a lot like Tidesson. And she does an attack that looks just like Tidesson drop kicking Zodiark. I thought I'd share that with y'all so you can speculate on it. Silink is the JP group that cleared it on the 19th, getting world first, and they did not have a meta comp, so that's something that people have been talking about lately. For their deeps, they had Monk, Bard, Summoner, and Red Mage, so they actually had 3 ranged, and they had White Mage and Astrology and Healing. But the point that a lot of people have been making about this is that the meta is not that important in 14. What matters is you optimizing your damage and doing your best to contribute as much as you possibly can to a fight on any job. So yeah, worth keeping in mind for people coming from WoW who are used to pretty serious meta issues. Anything can be meta if you believe in your heart. No, if you try hard. Also, I heard that the mount for clearing E8 Savage is Ramu. It's I wonder if Ramu was hard to domesticate. It seems like he'd put up a lot of resistance. The Ruby weapon fight is really fun. I like it a lot so far. I will just show you my first reaction from the stream whenever I first did it on normal mode. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
If your computer did this when you turned it on and off again, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Need more than an IT technician.
What? What?
Make sure it's plugged in.
No.
It's plugged into something.
Oh no. Oh, what is it made out of?
Look at the Arenas app. Just
Yeah.
look at it. when we're back.
Is the
that's
Gridania
gonna be a thing,
gone?
You use diamond back. Would have been
The
fun.
limbs are gone?
Do not. Oh my god. Do not trigger my PTSD over that fight. Oh, look up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
No, it's
It's a big ball of milk.
chicken. It's a big blue chicken.
Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Oh my god.
Hearing, please.
I will tell you that in no way did I expect the fight to end the way that it did. Like, thought that I was showing up to fight this big machine, kind of like a ultimate weapon fight, and then like some kind of a demon hatches out of it and is covered in this ectoplasmic goo. Like, what is happening? Kitari Beast Tribe was actually the first thing that I did on patch day because I wanted to do 2 sets of Beast Tribe quests in one day after the reset happened, and it's definitely worth doing. If you have a gatherer over level 70, you should go pick up that quest in Raktika Greatwood right now. Go do that. Go unlock Kitari, because first of all, I know I'm a broken record, but the music is really great for the Kitari zone. And the best quest in the game is one of the daily quests for them. I posted about it on Twitter, and I'm very, very happy to report that Lahi is canon. They have fully embraced the meme, and the quest does not disappoint. Let me tell you about this quest. So I put screenshots of it on Twitter too. So basically, the quest, the quest is that you go to these robots that are asleep, and you type Lahi in the chat, and they wake up because, as we all know, anyone who has spent time in Raktika, Lahi is the very first thing that you hear in the morning. So you go back to the quest giver and they tell you that the ancient word of power you spoke, Lahi, actually means wake up in the Ronkan tongue, but was also used as a greeting. It is said that those favored by the gods can even hear the voice of the ancients carried on the wind as they travel through the Great Wood. Perhaps you have had such an experience yourself. If Lahi means wake up, it sounds like, I feel like there's a song coming on. Wake up. Get your ass out of bed. So Kitari Quest, awesome. I've heard a lot of people say ocean fishing is really fun, and I haven't tried it yet. So I will have to report back to you on that. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. Also have not had a chance to do the Yorha side quests yet. All right, let's get to the main stuff. Main story quests, main scenario quests. So let me get into this. This is the big meat for me. This is the spoilery part, so I'm warning you about that now. My first feeling I got when I finished the main story quest was, where's the big news? Where's the big revelation? The pieces to the puzzles of lore that I've been trying to figure out? We didn't get a lot of that. The main big piece of info, I guess you could say, that we got was that the sight of falling stars triggers the echo in everybody. Like, everyone has the echo innately. It is a remnant of the power that we all once had as ancients that's been shattered since the Sundering. And by seeing falling stars, you remember the final days of Amarat subconsciously, and it awakens this power in you. It's not a gift from Hydaelyn. Also, Hydaelyn is always giving out the signal, hear, feel, think. She's like a machine, and your echo is like a receiver. It's like this constant radio signal being put out, and it makes me wonder, is she a machine? We don't know. I remember how Lidibus said in Realm Reborn that the echo is indeed a gift. So it's not from Hydaelyn, but it's a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And Menphilia asked him, and if we did? And Elidibus said, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. A major theme that we had to grapple with in this set of quests was, can we honor Emet-Selch's dying wish to remember us? Are we capable of that as flawed mortal beings, you know? Or are we going to let the memory slip through our fingers like so many grains of sand, as Elidibus said? He said, you think to remember us? You do forget yourselves. What a mic drop moment that was. Like, you can't even remember what the great heroes did 100 years ago. And that brings us to this, honestly, one of the most heartbreaking scenes that I've seen in the whole game, which is saying a lot. The scene with Bismarck. I cried whenever I did this quest. when Bismarck is recalling the time he had with his friend Ken. And it's just a really simple, sweet story about a friend that he had that is now gone. Bismarck said, "But the light fades and the darkness returns. Ken sleeps, but in memory he laughs, and together we fly, and I am here. I am awake." And I thought that was just so beautifully written, because it's talking about this dark place of memory where you close your eyes, but you remember, and for a moment you're awake in this transcendent, eternal place of memory where you might find solace, you might find some refuge. And that is what Amarat was. I mean, that is what Emet-Selch's version of Amarat was for him. It was this dark place of memory where he could feel home again. Then Thancred makes a important comment that, so this island was, I mean, the whale, this island was actually named after a man. How quickly the past is forgotten. And that is our responsibility if we're going to honor the promise that, yes, we will remember you, remember us. Then we need to understand that it's really not that simple at all. I've been trying to figure out, what is Elidibus? Why would he say that he is not a foe of Hydaelyn? He was like, "Oh, I'm a warrior of light, just like you." And why was he able to animate Ardbert's corpse if Ardbert has the blessing of light? Could it be that Elidibus somehow has a blessing of light? How is that even possible? That doesn't make sense. How does Xenos have dreams about Amarat? And he said that he had those dreams his whole life. He said he always had those dreams. So before he got, Amazon Echo or whatever he has in his eyes, his mysterious companion says, could it be that Emet-Selch found a way? We don't know what he's talking about, but I think it could be, did Emet-Selch find a way to transfer memory through his blood? Because that's the only connection that Xenos really has to Amarat in the Scene of the Final Days, is that Emet-Selch is his grandfather, and he has his blood. In the Crystal Tower questline, Grah-Hatia was having memories of the group of people that stood against Emperor Zand, even though he himself was not one of those people. It was his ancestor. But he had the memory because the royal blood of Alag is capable of transferring memory. Grah-Hatia is currently trying to use his blood to, on this little crystal thing, to transfer soul and mind and memory. I feel like it's something that's worth really thinking about. We know that Emet-Selch had a hand in Alag. We don't know to what extent. And if the royal blood of Alag is capable of memory transference, and if Xenos is having memories of Amarat because of his blood, you know what? I will take a page out of Ishtola's book and refrain from further speculation until such time as I have evidence. The new dungeon is awesome. I really, really love the new music. It's so lively and it's such a party music. It just makes me want to get up and dance. But the only thing I don't like about the new dungeon is how you have to just wait for groups of mobs to come to you when you're standing on the whale. I've only done it in Trust so far, and in Trust it felt very slow. I mean, I play a tank and I like to pull as many packs as I can at a time. So I didn't really like that part, but I don't know how it will work out in Duty Finder, so we'll see about that. But that's really all I have to say about the patch so far. Like I said, there's still a lot that I need to get to, but I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow warriors of darkness. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.